Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a very sad day.
Why is it sad?
Tampa Bay.
Come on.
Because Mike Evans is gone.
Bucs
He's
just
a
got better.
49er. Oh,
Bucs
did
just
they?
got better.
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well,
infinitely better.
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yep.
yeah, because Alex Anzalone moves the needle. Absolutely.
should.
31-year-old Alex Anzalone. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, the Panthers, we definitely are better than the Panthers. Yeah. Get out of here with that. Now you got me all salty, Timmy. Now I'm salty.
Kenneth Gainwell?
Woo!
That's the key to your offense right there.
Nothing says meh like Anzalone and Gainwell. Actually, I like Gainwell. It was a nice pickup.
Yeah.
But he's the same as Bucky. Same dude.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a track record.
All right, we've got lots to debate here, obviously, as we're ready to go here. Hope you guys are as well. Yeah, we already got tons of comments coming in before we even get on the air. Welcome to all you guys. Love you. Thank you for jumping in. As always, we got Scott Reynolds going to join us at 10:30 to talk all things Buccaneers. Where is this franchise headed? I think the arrow is clearly pointing down or to the bank, but definitely one of the two, maybe both, actually. So we'll talk about that. Orestes Destrade will join us in our last little bit and talk about the WBC. I was watching Team USA against Mexico last night, just like you.
Yep.
So, yeah. Your thoughts?
I think Kenneth Gainwell probably could have had 3 home runs in that game.
Get out
How
of here.
how good of an athlete he is. No, but you know what? This World Baseball Classic, man, to me, it feels like every game feels like playoff baseball.
I know,
Especially now
doesn't
that they're kind of getting towards the knockout round, you know.
Yeah. That's going to be insane.
With the crowd reactions, man, that place.
Have you ever heard a baseball stadium like that?
World Series games, yeah.
No, because there was because there were so many from each side there.
Yeah,
it was just somebody was cheering about. You don't have that at a World Series, obviously, unless you're doing some stupid ass neutral site.
Houston's basically in Mexico, so it was a home game for the Mexican team.
Because Texas is Mexico.
No, because Houston is Mexico.
Houston is Mexico.
They can have it back. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Electric atmosphere for sure, though. Man.
Incredible,
it was different.
Incredible. I was thinking to myself as I'm watching, this is a constant. And then when it got a little quiet, it was like, let's start the wave. And the wave was going on for like three innings.
You know what that tells you, JP? That the people watching that game last night at Enron, Minute Maid, whatever,
Dakin now?
Field they're not sports fans, because real sports fans do not interrupt a completely good baseball game with a freaking wave.
They're just Mexican fans that have too much energy from
the wave. The wave has ruined live sports. It's ridiculous. Can we just?
Well, it was quite the atmosphere, no question about it. So we're going to get into all that here today, and of course your comments as well. But the headline obviously is Mike Evans is a 49er. He's a 49er, as we have been postulating for the past few weeks that Mike was gone. I think we were very, very, very clear about that. That's where we were leaning, and it's obvious why. It's obvious why, Timmy.
Yeah,
because he just frankly does not believe in the Buccaneers as a contender. And why should he?
Yeah,
and why should he? You know, from the moment that the head coach texted Rick Stroud, which is the most bizarre way for a franchise with a coach that lost 7 of 8 and collapsed down the stretch. People are wondering about his future. For most bizarre way to find out that he's coming back. No statement from the team. Still have not had a statement. No, I mean, we had finally Jason Light answered the question why Todd Bowles is back, and it's because they love Todd Bowles. They love Todd Bowles. They love Todd Bowles so much that they gave up Mike Evans to keep him. Now, you can say that, what are you talking about, JP? No, it's the reason Mike Evans is gone is because of the Bucs' lack of urgency to winning. We've chronicled this forever, and you can listen. It has nothing to do with what they say. It's what they do. What did the Bucs do yesterday? What the Bucs did yesterday was, well, first of all, what did they do a couple months ago? They kept Todd Bowles, a 500 coach at best. We're not going to go down the litany of things we don't like about Todd Bowles and his record. We love him as a human. He's a great dude. Absolutely love him. And I have rooted for him tremendously. I want him to succeed so badly. It's just not there. And Mike Evans sees it. And he's going to go somewhere where they're serious about winning, and that's San Francisco. 3 years, $60 million, probably more like a 2-year, $40 million contract. And money was not a factor here because clearly half his money is going to be gone to the Communist Cartel of California. So it's not about money. He knows that. It's about going to an organization that has a great history of winning, that didn't use injuries as an excuse last year. They were decimated. They kept winning. It's a great culture. I mean, you are going to the, pre-practicing next to a thermonuclear energy plant that will destroy all your soft tissue. No, they've debunked that. So we're good.
I haven't seen it debunked.
Somebody debunked it. So that's now, that's a myth. That's a myth.
Gavin Newsom debunk it?
Yes, I'm sure he did. They'll be best buds now. Probably call him. Oh, I'd like to welcome in Mark Evans to San Francisco. Who is he? I can't read very well. I'm a 960. Anyway, it's so clear as day now. And instead of going and getting Devin Lloyd, 3 years, $45 million to the Panthers, by the way, in your division. And they add Jalen Phillips as well. Who's better? Are the Panthers better than the Bucs? Hell yeah, they are. That defense is going to be really good, and ours is still going to suck. Instead of getting a 27-year-old Devin Lloyd, 3 years, $45 million, you go and get a 31-year-old Alex Anzalone, 9 years in the league, and lots of miles on those tires. That dude plays all out. 9 years of playing like that, I don't know how much the guy has left. Love his game. Have loved it for a long time from a distance. But the Lions know he's cooked. And we get, we go shopping at Walmart and we get the 15th best guy that's out there instead of the best guy who wanted to play in Tampa Bay, by the way. Devin Lloyd, great fit. As I'm listening to the guys on NFL Network say, let's talk about the linebackers. Devin Lloyd, boy, is he a great fit for that Todd Bowles defense. I mean, Levante David looks like he's going to retire. He is absolutely a home run. It's such a great fit here to your division rival Panthers. Thank you very much. Kenneth Gainwell, him.
By the way, at a shockingly low price tag. I thought for sure. No, I'm talking Devin Lloyd.
Oh, yeah.
I thought for sure Devin Lloyd was getting 18 to 20 a year.
So did I.
And he got 15?
15 for 3 years.
This makes me wonder if something wrong.
And only 3 years. So it's probably a
2 year.
It's probably the 2 year 30.
Yeah. And then they can dump him.
Yeah. Listen, could there be something that the Bucs didn't like about him? Yeah, probably. Maybe. His cost. That's what they didn't like about him. And Gainwell, 2 years, $14 million? That's nice. He was the Steelers MVP last year, just over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, but he's small. He's just like Bucky. It's the same guy. Don't you want to get a bigger back?
I think he's better than Bucky.
Well, that's debatable, but for the most part, he's the same guy. I think if you want your 1-2 punch, you want a guy, that has a little bit more punch to him and not the same dude in terms of they're almost carbon copies of each other, which is, that can work too, but normally you'd want a little contrast.
Not to get too deep into this, I don't know that that's how they're going to use him in Tampa Bay. Look, the guy's a receiver. The guy lines up in the slot and outside a lot of times as a wide receiver. To me, he's like a hybrid guy. I can't believe he's still listed as a running back, but I think they're going to use him a lot more in the passing
catches
game.
Last year.
Yeah. I think they're going to use him a lot more in the passing game than we probably think they are. And I think he'll just be, I don't think he's going to be the number 2 punch in the running game. He'll be the third. He'll be your Sean Tucker in the running game, and they'll use him in the passing game more. And I think
So
they're still going
to get another running back.
I think they're still going to go out and get another running back.
Or they'll just stick with the guy they got last year, that Josh Williams, I believe they liked him.
Yeah.
That's the way they'll go, because they'll go cheap. And this is what really I think is the overarching theme right now. And it's, people can blame Todd Bowles for that. Did Mike leave because of Todd Bowles? Well, sort of. Yeah. 3rd and 28. I mean, he's tired of a defensive-minded coach. He got 2 catches in his final game. And when the coach came out and basically said, we really want to run the football, and now is meddling in the offense.
Yeah.
I mean, now, do you think he wanted to go to that where there's a proven OC, Kyle Shanahan, and he's going to be the number 1 receiver there? Not the only guy. I mean, Pearsall's going to get his targets. But that's a team that can win. Christian McCaffrey's going to get his targets. Brock Purdy's a very capable quarterback. Who's going to wear 13, though? That'll be interesting.
Yeah, see what number he wears.
But it's a feel of an organization that is urgent to win. And I'm sure John Lynch sold him on that. John Lynch, you traitor, coming in here poaching Mike Evans. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're trying to win. That's what you're trying to do.
It's not like they ever played together or anything. I
know. I'm just saying. That is a team and an organization that has urgency to win. And what have we seen from the Buccaneers since the end of the season? We don't want to, we'd have to pay Todd a $12 million, something like that buyout. And we're not that interested in firing our 500 coach. Why, guys are getting fired with 95 and 50 rackers. John Harbaugh is getting fired. I mean, these guys are getting fired. We're going to stick with our coach whose team collapsed after the bye, after he gave them a whole week off, whose players are actually complaining that practices are too easy, that the defense is too hard and too complicated, and they're doing too much thinking. All of this stuff coming out, you still keep your head coach. That tells you right there, they have no urgency to win. None whatsoever.
How about that video resurfacing of Mike walking off the field last year?
Yeah.
Yelling out 3rd and 28.
Yeah. It could have been could have been 4th and 14.
How about the last game Mike ever played was in the creamsicle?
Yeah. Was it?
Where was it not? Maybe I'm remembering correct. Okay.
No, their last game
wrong.
Yeah, where he got 2 catches, I think, for 30 yards.
Yeah.
And that's just the sad part about it is it's everything that they've done is just, you could look at it in terms of saving money or just meh. It's just, actually, they didn't save money with their punter. Like, that's the most bizarre move of all.
$3 million for that guy.
Like, you couldn't, and he's the 26th worst and had two blocked. 2 blocked. Led the league again for the 4th time in block kicks. A statistic that gets you beat. I mean, this is the most ridiculous offseason ever. And you lose Mike Evans, you sign Cade Otton. Even signing Cade Otton is meh. I like him. I think he's better than average. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's a 6. Could you do better? Hell yeah. Isaiah Likely would have been better.
Yeah, how about him going to New York?
Yeah.
Good Lord. I'm scared of the Giants again all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In the NFC.
Well, these are teams that are actually trying to win. I even look at the Bucs and even the Glazers, who I think have done a fantastic job as owners. And since the purchase of Man United, I think they've done a great job. Once they got on their financial footing, won a Super Bowl, obviously, and spent lavishly to do so when they had Tom Brady. But ever since then, it's been a total pullback financially. And I didn't want to believe it. I argued with many of you when you told me it was about money with Bowles. I said, no, it's not. It can't be. But you were right. I was wrong. You were right. Rondé was right. He's always right. It's about money. And that's sad. That's really sad in a league where you're just printing money. Even the fact that the Glazers have not been aggressive about their stadium renovation. What are they doing? Maybe they're selling.
Very curious.
I'll be the first to throw it out there. Maybe the Glazers are thinking about selling. And then I look back on the 50th anniversary documentary, and I'm like, yeah, maybe that was just kind of a wrap-up. Let's wrap up what we've done here and move on. Do a nice multi-million-dollar biopic on the Buccaneers 50 years and then say hasta la vista, baby. I mean, none of it's where's my renderings on the new stadium? Their lease is up next year.
And we've seen nothing.
Yeah, and they're talking about doing the 5-year extension, which if you were going to build a new one, you'd probably want to be talking to the county right now about what you're going to need. Not a peep. Not a peep. And are they looking to sell? They're acting like it. Maybe they're not, but they're sure acting like it. There's just no urgency in anything.
Let me ask you this, JP. How long has it been since Malcolm died?
Oh, wow. Hit me with that. I don't know. I think probably 10 years. I'm terrible at that, though. Every time I say something like that, and it's 15. I mean, I'm terrible.
2014.
Oh, it's close. Let's say 10, 12 years. Yeah.
Is it possible that the kids just aren't as interested in football as he was? And I know it's now 12 years that they've been running.
Well, right? They went all in with Brady. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, though, right?
Yeah. That's
a no-brainer. When you get Brady, you're like, you have to go all in, and you're going to make the money back, and tenfold. Maybe not tenfold, but you're going to make the money back, whatever you put in. And you got your Super Bowl, and you sold 5 years of luxury boxes and all that. Yeah, I mean, they've been fantastic owners up until this point, and it feels like they're doing everything on the cheap again. Last year they were under the cap, significantly for the first time. They've been, during the Brady years, they were spending over the cap. But last year, and I would say, well, you save money, so you can spend that money more. You can carry that over to the next year. Don't look like they're doing that.
Yeah.
These are all just men, even their coaching staff. You fired 7 guys. Did you go out and hire some great new blood on the defensive side? No. You just elevated young kids that were doing the same thing the guys who you fired were doing. That's who taught them. It's a cheap way to do it. Just elevate the guys. We're not going out and finding new blood or new experienced coaches on the defensive end. Nope, we're not doing that because you know what? That costs money. Just elevate the guys we already have. They're under contract. Cheap. So everything tells me, and this is why Mike is gone. He doesn't believe, he's in this, nobody knows this organization inside better than Mike Evans. That's what's so scary. If Mike's going to pick up and go across the freaking country and give up millions and millions of dollars in salary because the Bucs made a reportedly a very credible offer, and then what he's going to lose in taxes and relocation and all that is significant in terms of money. He's losing money on this deal.
He's making 14.
Yeah.
14 a year.
Is that what this new contract is?
$14 million a year.
Yeah, I would guarantee you that's less than what the Bucs offered. That's how much he doesn't believe in what's going on here. That's what sucks. Listen, we can debate losing Mike, what that does. If you go out and sign Trey Hendrickson tomorrow, okay, I'm back in. And evidently he's waiting because he's not taking a discount. He wants to break the bank. So you're going to have to really overpay for this guy. And the Bucs ain't doing that. But shock me, go out and do it, and I'll change my tune. But as we sit here today, everything you've done, not anything you said, because that doesn't matter. And that's not being, I'm not being nasty. That's the business. Nobody's going to tell you the truth, what they're doing in free agency and drafting and all that. Everybody's going to tell you that they're all in, right? We get that. But it's not what you say, it's what you do. And what have you done? Everything screams, we're not spending. We really don't care. There's no sense of urgency here. We're just going to put a team out. We're just going to roll a team out there. We've already got people locked in. You can't, they lock you in a year ahead of time. So you can't just get pissed off and go and cancel your tickets. You can, but you lose a ton of equity. So they've got it set up where, it's just, you got to be really, really, really pissed to cancel your season tickets. If you're a Bucs fan, and somebody in here, boy, if you're a Bucs and a Knowles fan, you're really excited. Yeah. And I'm not a Bucs fan. I just want them to do well because it's good for business. I have to be an objective reporter, but I pull for guys and I pull for coaches, and I want them to do well. There's a lot of great people over there in the organization, and it pains me to say all of this. The Brian Fords, Todd Bowles, everybody at that organization, their PR people, they're fantastic humans. I love them all. They're very great. They're fantastic to us. But I can't come on here and tinge my objective opinion based on how much I love those people. And I do love those people. And I'm sure they know exactly what I'm saying is absolutely true. And even the Glazers, the one I know Brian, I worked with these guys for a long time. I've done events with them. They're great people. I love them. Fantastic. Darcy, Ed, Joel, all of them. They're great. I really do genuinely like them. And I think they're doing incredible stuff in the community. But this is separate of that. And they're the ones who have made these choices. And they know what I'm saying is true. They're the ones directing it. It's their choice. So they have to live with the criticism. They know it's coming. And I don't even think, Timmy, is this debatable? You're from the outside looking in. What does it look like the Bucs are doing?
It looks like they're replaying the Cowboys' last 15 off seasons. Either making questionable moves or making no moves. Hanging on to a coach too long. Not being a player in big-time free agency. And if ever you were going to be a player in big-time free agency, and I mean like tier 1 free agents, it was going to be this year because you had a bunch of them out there, and they're not expensive in relation to other years, right? And the positions they play.
Yeah.
And to me, the biggest part of all of this, and this has never been an issue with the Cowboys, with Jerry Jones as the owner, he's in front of a camera 24/7 answering questions, to his credit. To me, the lack of transparency with what's going on, the fact that Jason Light has not come out and said anything, the fact that ownership has not come out and said anything, especially with your head coaching situation. And I know he's still under contract, and technically you don't have to say anything. Because
Jason talked at the combine and did his full endorsement of Todd Bowles and and relaying the Glazers' full endorsement of Todd Bowles, which, I mean, I'm sorry.
A month and a half after the season.
Yeah, a month and a half after the season.
After speculation that he would not just by us, by everybody,
and noticeably silent for a month and a half, 2 months, whatever it was.
And has Jason come out and said anything about free agency, about the free agency period starting this week, about who they might target, about? Well,
I mean, they do all the combine stuff, but that's all gobbledygook. Yeah, he's not going to say anything. Yeah. That's why I said the words are meaningless. Yeah. It's just what did they do? And this is what they've done. The Panthers got Devin Lloyd. We took Alex Anzalone. I mean, that's it. Right there. Right there. They signed Jalen Phillips. We did nothing on the edge. Trey Hendrickson's still out here and wants to play for the Bucs. There's a free agent that's like, hey, I'll come with you guys. Can you just pay me? And let's remember, folks, the salary cap is very, very malleable. They can do whatever they want with the cap. If they really wanted Trey Hendrickson, they could. The cap isn't a problem. They could still address other needs, especially now with the two things you did, and you don't have to pay Mike Evans. You could easily afford him. I mean, when I say afford him, say get him under the cap and still do some other things with the cap people we have. You kidding me? Greenberg and Jackie they're the best in the business. If they wanted to, they don't want to. Trey Hendrickson's sitting there. Yeah, is we going to have to overpay him? Hell yeah. But it's the biggest need you have. He's the best one on the market. They rarely come open, and he's just sitting there. I get it. Coming off an injury, all that. But everything you do, health, the 49ers signing Mike Evans is a big risk with those hamstrings. All these signings are risks. There's a risk to every one of them. But you know what? I can guarantee you this. You do nothing, you're going to suck. And that's where the Bucs are right now. Did they sign some guys? Yeah. But come on. You took the cheap option everywhere you could. The coaching staff, except the punter. You spent lavishly on the punter. Well done.
$3 million.
Unbelievable. For one of the worst punters in the league. I mean, Jiminy freaking Christmas. What are we doing?
Is this a situation like we had with Kyle Trask where they signed him to an extension or re-signed him to begin the offseason and then he's gone before the season
I think when
starts?
you pick up an option, it's guaranteed.
It probably is for a punter.
For a bad punter. Not just a punter, a bad punter who gets his shit blocked. That's a word. We are our new special teams coach will fix that. I mean, hopefully he will. But
JP, as I say
unless
regularly,
he does leg transplants, I don't see how he helps this guy.
As I bring out regularly on my daily Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz podcast, hope is not an off-season plan. We just hope he fixes it. All right. We hope he plays better. All right.
It pains me to come on here and say these things about the Buccaneers, but and I tried to avoid it at all costs, but it's painfully obvious what's going on. And I would, I've heard nothing. I've even asked people, are the Glazers, you think they're looking to sell? And they've said, I haven't heard anything about that. They're acting like it though. They're acting like it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, JP, and I can already tell you're going to disagree with me. If you told me coming into this offseason, that the Bucs were going to trade Mike Evans for Gainwell and Anzalone, and the salary was a wash, because it is.
It kind of is, those two. Yeah.
14. Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah.
I just said, yes, please do it. Now, if this is all they do, then we have an issue. But dude, it's day one of the legal tampering period, and this is what they've done. I don't have an issue.
Listen, I vehemently disagree with you on that, because those two guys are decent players, and but I can go get something that those guys other places for cheaper and still keep Mike Evans and have the Mike Evans. You're going to pay Mike Evans $13 million anyway this year in dead money.
But we've
talked about
13. Did we want Mike Evans back?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't think you need Mike Evans back.
Mike is a difference maker. There's no question about it.
He used to be a difference maker.
No, he still is. He still is. When he played last year, he was good, and he was getting ready to have a bang-up season. Listen, here's the thing is, here's the thing. Yeah, he did. He broke his collarbone, and he had hamstring issues.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not here saying let's pay Mike 2 years $50 million or 3 years $60 million. I think it's a lot. And I guess the what's the guaranteed number? Did you see the guaranteed number?
Yeah, hang on.
Is it 46?
Yeah. 16.3 guaranteed. It's 3 years 42 with 16 guaranteed.
That's basically a 1 year $16 million contract.
Yeah.
As Joel Forsland points out correctly, it's $13 million isn't money paid. It's just dead cap, which is true. I mean, that money's already been paid. So, but keeping him is new money. And that's the thing that I was told is, like, you won't see any new money go out. It's already allocated salary cap money that is already budgeted. You're not going, when you start spending over the cap or redoing contracts and accelerating things, that's when you got real cash going out. And that's something that the Glazers clearly want to avoid. In the coaching staffs and the operating budgets, everything. And that's where we are. That's what all these things tell us. I mean, listen, if you're in it to win it, you don't act this way. You just don't. You push the pedal to the metal. We saw it. They did it during the Brady years. We saw it. You want Gronk? Yeah, go get him. You want Antonio Brown? Yeah, go get him. You want 75 coaches? Yeah, sure, we'll pay them. We got Brady. This is not that. This is the complete antithesis of that. Yeah. And that sucks. That sucks as a fan. All right, we got to take a break. Scott Reynolds coming up. We will do Scott Reynolds. We got Orestes Destrade coming up. and we'll get into the World Baseball, all that good stuff coming up to it. Pitch Roofing is one of our new great sponsors. We love them. You can go on their website, pitchroofing.com, and see all the 5-star Google reviews. You can also give them a call, and they will come on out and give you a free estimate. They'll get up on that roof and say, this is what you need. This is when you need it. So come on down. It's pitchroofing.com, and you'll get in the drawing for 2 tickets to the Mark, which is the all-inclusive area at the Lightning. Quick break. Scott Reynolds coming back. Stay with us. Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and MySafe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5, and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond, from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, Gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old, unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Gold and Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Gold and Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Gold and Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Gold and Diamond Source. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. My apologies for keeping our next guest waiting, so let's get right to him. The great Scott Reynolds, the face that runs the place at the Pewter Report. All over everything yesterday. I was watching you guys doing your thing. Awesome. Well, we're not really awesome. I don't typically let these things affect my emotional psyche, but
don't you though?
Yeah, this one kind of did.
Yeah, I mean it stings, right? I mean, I can feel for Bucs fans who just are crushed by the thought of an icon here in Tampa leaving to go to an NFC rival. I mean, I can understand that, and not just that, but the reasons why. This isn't like the Buccaneers got outbid and just didn't have the cap space or whatever. I mean, depending on the reports you believe, it's either $20 million a year or maybe as low as $14 million a year. Then you factor in the state income tax and I guess the athlete tax that's out there in California, the Sunshine State, the highest tax state in America. And Mike will be making significantly less than he would in Tampa.
Significantly.
So this was, I mean, quite simply, I know Bucs fans maybe don't want to hear this. Some Bucs fans come to grips with this, but some probably are still in denial. This is Mike Evans wanted to leave Tampa Bay. He did not want to spend the rest of his career in a Bucs uniform. And I get it. That stings and that hurts. And fans, don't take it personally. This is not about you. This is not your team. This is the team you root for. This is the team that you emotionally invest in, but it is not your team. This is the Glazers team, and their chosen head coach is Todd Bowles. And Mike Evans said no to the Glazers, to Jason Light, to Todd Bowles, and to the Buccaneers. Not to you fans.
That's right.
But to the team that he was a member of for 12 seasons. Now we can sit there and look at why. And I have my reasons. We have not yet heard from Mike, and I typically don't like to speak for people, right? But there are some conclusions we can draw from this, right? I firmly believe this goes back to the Falcons game when the Buccaneers had a 14-point lead with 10 minutes left. And this is a game that Mike Evans, to his own admission, said he always gives 100%, but this was like 1,000% game. You could tell Mike was itching to get back out there. 12 targets, 6 catches, 132 yards. He went sky high for a deep ball, brought it in. And Mike doesn't like the Falcons. They're a division rival, right? This was a primetime game.
Yeah.
And he admitted he had some extra emotional juice in that game. And we saw something we've never seen from Mike Evans before, not in 12 years. He has been a good soldier, a team captain, with the exception of throwing fisticuffs with Marshawn Lattimore on a regular basis, which we love, when he's defending either Jameis Winston or Tom Brady.
Hell yeah.
Outside of that, Mike has never had an in-game outburst like that. And yet he did, and the cameras caught it. And then it spilled over, and Kyle Berger here locally from TV, caught Mike slamming his helmet against the walls and the bowels of Raymond James Stadium.
It's almost like he wanted people to see that, Scott. He wanted people to see
either
that.
And it was calculated, or he just couldn't help himself. He was
I think it's
so
both.
upset.
I think it's both.
Yeah, so upset. But here's what he didn't say. Okay, here's what Mike Evans didn't say on the sidelines. He wasn't screaming about Baker Mayfield, right? He wasn't screaming about Josh Grizzard's play calling or his usage. He was screaming 3rd and 28 and ultimately 4th and 14.
Yep.
He was pissed at the defense. He was pissed at Todd Bowles' side of the ball. Okay. And when the Blazers elected, because it is their team, they have the right to do this. When they elected to not only keep Todd Bowles as head coach, but keep him as defensive coordinator. And Mike Evans is no dummy. He's got a perfectly good set of eyes, like you and I and Tim and Bucs fans. We can look at the depth chart on this Bucs defense, right? And we have to use an imagination. We have to use our imagination that it's going to get better in 2026, better than it was the last 2 years when the defense just wasn't that good. The offense carried this team in 2024 to win 10 games.
Yep.
And if you don't believe that, you're a fool. Sorry. This was a Liam Cohen-led offensive football team, and Todd Bowles' defense was below average, and it's been below average the last 2 years. And the stats bear that out. Okay, so having said that, Mike has to make a decision prior to this team signing an edge rusher, because they haven't done that yet, right? And prior to drafting an edge rusher and an inside linebacker, because they haven't done that yet. The draft's not for another month or so. So Mike Evans has to use his imagination and say, how much do I trust Todd Bowles and Jason Light to adequately fix the defense? Not just draft the right players and sign the right players, but to have those picks work out. Hassan Reddick didn't work out last year. David Walker tore his ACL 4 days into training camp, right? Those were the two edge rushers that Jason Light signed. This is not about lack of attention, lack of effort, lack of trying to fix the defense. It just hasn't worked. The draft picks haven't come through.
It's doing it on the cheap, though.
Well, they had to for a couple of years, JP. They had to because of the salary cap, debit card, credit card payoff that they had to do for the Super Bowl, right? The last 2 years, not so much, right? And they spent $14 million on Hassan Reddick. That's not chump change. It turned out to be chump change because he played like a chump last year in terms of his sack production, right? But Mike Evans just said, I don't trust this team. I don't trust this team to fix the defense. And you know what? San Francisco had just as many injuries, if not more, last year.
Way more important
12 games. Yeah. Robert Saleh came back and waved a magic wand at the linebacker position after they lost Fred Warner and some key pieces on that defense. And now they got Raheem Morris. And last time I checked, he won a Super Bowl ring as the defensive coordinator for the Rams just down the street in LA with Sean McVay. So Raheem, pretty good defensive coordinator, probably a better coordinator than he is a coach, head coach. So, and he's playing for Kyle Shanahan. There's been a Rolodex of offensive coordinators here in Tampa. Yep. And, Zach Robinson, we hope, will be as good as Liam Cohen. That's how they're kind of billing this. And I can see a path where that happens. But I don't know, man. Kyle Shanahan's kind of a surefire thing. And you know what? He's going to be the play caller next year, too. Yeah. Okay. He's going to be the play caller this year and next year in San Francisco. Because the guy in the last 7 years has had 5 double-digit winning seasons, including 2 Super Bowl appearances, 2 13-win seasons, of which the Buccaneers have only had 1 in their 50 years of existence. He's had 2 12-win seasons, including last year, in the rough-and-tumble NFC West, which has the Rams and the Super Bowl champion Seahawks in it. Okay? And then he's had a 10-win season, which is what Todd Bowles has plateaued at in 8 years as a head coach. Yeah. So, and trust me, I'm not trying to slander Todd Bowles here. Everything I've said is factual. These are facts.
Facts.
And these facts were available to the Blazers, and they opted to keep him. Mike opted to go elsewhere because of it. Yeah. And whether you want to blame the offensive coordinator, that was a Todd Bowles decision.
It's the Glazers.
But ultimately, it's the Glazers. It's their
Yeah.
team, and he is the hand-picked head coach. They didn't have to keep him, but they did, despite 8-9, 9-8, 10-7, and then 8-9 and a 1-3 playoff record. They said, that's our guy.
Losing 7 of 8 in the second half of the season when the schedule was all set up for you and you got players healthy.
Yep.
It was ridiculous.
Yep.
Timmy, I know you're breathing hard over there. You want to jump in here, so.
Look, I'm getting crap on the text on the comments here too for speaking as a Cowboys fan. But at some point we have to realize it may have just been time for Mike to go. And we've criticized owners in the NFL for hanging on to
Tim, we're not arguing that. That's not what we're saying. It's the reason, and we've done it for the last 2 weeks, and so has Scott. We can make reasonable arguments of this team getting better without Mike. Absolutely. Right. But where's the corresponding moves? Where's the sense of urgency?
We're day one into it, JP.
But to Scott's point and my point, nobody knows this organization better inside out than Mike Evans. True. And if he doesn't believe in it, that's the alarm bell. We understand the business. We get all that. But what this is telling you, without exception, from a guy who knows a hell of a lot more than Scott and I both, because he's in the organization and knows Jason Lay and knows the Glazer. He doesn't believe in this franchise at all.
That's not in question. That's not debatable.
That's the point here. It's not that Mike's leaving. It's what are we doing to get better?
No, but I'm addressing the comments here that are calling me out for saying that it was time for Mike that it could have been just time for him to go. That they're saying I'm speaking as a Cowboys fan, not a Bucs fan. Look, I've followed Mike since high school here in Texas. All right, I covered when he committed and signed with the Aggies. I covered his entire Aggies career. I covered him when he left the Aggies to go into the NFL, to go to the Bucs. I've been a Cowboys fan for a long time, and I've seen our star players go to other teams. I know exactly how it feels. I saw Tony Dorsett play his last year in Denver. I saw Emmitt Smith play his last year in Carolina with the Cardinals. Yeah. I saw Alvin Harper leave the Cowboys for the freaking Buccaneers. All right,
we didn't want him. You can have him back.
Please take him
I'm just saying. Don't think I don't know how it feels when your star player leaves your team. I'm just saying. Yeah. And for Emmitt, it was probably a year too late. So sometimes these things fall in line, and it's okay. And look,
I understand.
For him to go to San Francisco, to me, is the biggest of red flags. Mm-hmm. For not even for the reasons you guys outlined with the money and what he's going to have to pay out there. I don't think the 49ers are a reputable NFL organization. Well, they win it. They win a ton of games.
2 Super Bowls representing the NFC in the last.
How many have they won? How many have they won?
They played the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kyle Shanahan is quite possibly the most overrated.
49ers not a reputable NFL organization. May be the dumbest thing you've ever said.
No,
they're one of the premier franchises.
What have they done?
In this,
they're the Buffalo Bills of the '90s.
They've won total Super Bowls.
Still means they're one of the best teams in the NFC. No. You can't argue with the.
Tell me Kyle Shanahan's a good offensive coordinator. Don't tell me he's a good head coach.
He's got a 9-5 record in the postseason, and part of the 5 or 2 Super Bowl losses to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yeah. Okay, so
if you take the Super Bowls out of it, he's 9-3. That's
do you not get credit for going? Do you not get credit for getting to the Super Bowl?
I don't care about getting to the Super Bowl. I want to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm telling you, if you're judging a franchise on how good of a franchise it is, when they make it to a Super Bowl, I put that in the positive.
And how many times
you're better than 30 other teams
grossly in the playoffs?
You're better than 30 other teams that year.
That means 9-5 record in the postseason.
Kyle Shanahan.
Okay, but he's got a 9-5 record in the postseason. If you take out the 2 Super Bowls, it's 9-3. I'm just saying.
Don't want to hear it.
Okay. All right.
To me, that's one of the most overrated organizations.
The only team that's worth the shit in the NFL is the one that wins the Super Bowl that year. Everybody else sucks.
But when you look at the course of a 15-year track record and they can't win crap.
Hold on. Are you talking about the Cowboys or the 49ers?
Well, look, we can go 30 years for the Cowboys, okay? I am not propping up the Cowboys, all right? Don't mistake this.
Let's get back to the main point. Let's get back to the main point, which the reason Mike Evans left, it says everything you need to know about this franchise, and it's bad. It's bad. And to Scott, so as we move this forward, where do they go from here? Do you think they're going to run out and sign Trey Hendrickson, who's still out there?
No. No. I mean, not at $30 million. No. And I've actually heard that the asking price is $35.
Nobody's going to sign Trey Hendrickson for $30 million.
Right.
Oh, somebody will.
No, I don't know. I mean, well, first of all, you have to have that much cap space and that much cash to be able to do that. So We'll see. I think that there's a world where Trey Hendrickson becomes a Buccaneer. I have gone on record saying this, and this I'm very conflicted on this because I love Trey Hendrickson, love him. I remember watching him at the East-West Shrine practice back when it was at Calvary Christian High School in St. Petersburg. Back when when the East-West Shrine Bowl was in St. Petersburg.
Yeah,
and I remember interviewing him and coming out of FAU, and I loved him, and it pissed me off. He went to the Saints, and then of course they didn't know how to use him.
They bundled
it. They sainted, and they
it's a verb now.
Yeah, it's a verb. And they drafted Marcus Davenport in the first round, and of course they had Cam Jordan on the other side, and they wanted Marcus Davenport, their first round pick, to work out. So after a 13 sack season in New Orleans, they let him go, where he went to Cincinnati and became a 4-time Pro Bowler, and then in 2023 and 2024 had 17 and a half sack seasons. Okay, so this guy is a big time pass rusher. The problem is, as I see it, and this is where the conflicting parts of my brain come into fight here. I was advocating for the Buccaneers to trade for Trey Hendrickson prior to the 2025 season. Last year, at age 31, and he'll turn 32 this year, he had a hip and pelvic injury that cost him the last 10 games of the season that required surgery. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what that rehab looks like, but hip and pelvis kind of sounds important for football, right? I mean, isn't that your explosion, your get off, your power, your lower body power, all that stuff, right? Your speed. I don't know where he is in terms of his health. I'm not a doctor. I've not done a physical examination. What I do know is this. Typically between the ages of 30 and 32, most elite pass rushers start to get really hurt, and as a result, their production falls off a cliff. Okay, I'll give you some familiar examples. Leroy Selman, at the age of 30, goes to the Pro Bowl, suffers a disc injury, is too scared to have the back surgery because back in the 80s, it was a different story. JP, you know about that from doing research for you. And he opted to retire after an 8-sack season, but he was done at age 30, right? Fast forward to Simeon Rice in 2005, has double-digit sacks. 2006, hurts his shoulder. I think it's a labrum injury. And then went on injured reserve. He was cut on the first day of training camp because he didn't pass a physical in 2007, which is big news that day. Shocked everybody in Tampa. They cut him because he failed a physical. Then I think he went on to have like a sack or two and one more year in the NFL, bouncing around the Colts and leaving to their team. Yeah. He was done at age 32. Okay. Then fast forward to Jason Pierre-Paul. Helps the Bucs win a Super Bowl in 2020, has a Pro Bowl season, 9.5 sacks in the first or second game of 2021. He tears his labrum in his shoulder. He's never the same. He's 31 years old, I believe, at the time. And after one more season between 2 or 3 teams, 3 sacks, he's done.
Yep.
Until last year. And then Shaq Barrett, at the age of 30, tears his Achilles. Didn't have a great season in his final full year in Tampa Bay either. Even the year in 2022, when he went to the Pro Bowl in 2021 after getting double-digit sacks. In 2022, has a slow start, tears his Achilles, I want to say game 8 maybe, and he's on IR. Then he comes back the next year, 4.5 sacks, and then they cut him. I'm just saying, that's a dangerous age to be paying somebody $35 million ton of money. Not even that, $25 million. Let's just knock it down to $25 million. Keep it sane, right? $25 million 1 year. Okay. Oh, and who was the guy last year? Oh, yeah, Hassan Reddick. The Bucs hoped they were getting the pass rusher that had 4 years of double-digit sacks in Philly and Arizona and Carolina, and they were hoping that 1 year aberration took place with the Jets, where he had 1 sack in 10 games after holding out most of the season. Okay. Yeah. 2.5 sacks. How old was he last year? 31. He cooked. We saw that in week 1. He had 1 sack against the Falcons, but could not dominate a third string offensive tackle for the entire game. Had 1 sack in that game, had 4 pressures, I think. But I mean, you're talking about a premier Pro Bowl guy, $14 million. You can't dominate and just
third string tackle.
A third string tackle.
Be able to run by that guy.
You should be able to. But the fact that he couldn't was a harbinger of things to come. It was a sign of things to come. And the dude had 2.5 sacks for the rest of the season. He's cooked. He's done. And he's 31. So as much as I would love for Trey Hendrickson to come here and work out, I have some real reservations about that.
Yeah.
And the fewer dollars you can pay him, the more I like that idea. But we're talking $30 million, I'm out. $25 million, let's talk about a very incentive-laden one-year deal where you have per-game bonuses to safeguard against injury. So if you miss half the season, you get half your paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see something like that. But right now in the negotiation stage, it's, you know,
he doesn't. Yeah,
he's not there yet.
So,
but in order for it to work for me, it's got to be closer to 20, and it's got to be very incentive-laden one-year deal. And I'm just not sure if there isn't a team out there that's just going to be dumb and just say, yeah, we'll sign you for 2 years, $25 million a year. And just, if that's the case, I don't necessarily want to take that risk in Tampa.
Look, and you talked about concerns. I certainly have the same injury concerns with him that you do. Everybody should. Every team should be looking into that, and they need to see all of those medicals and have their own guys obviously look at him too at the same time. But I also have concerns, even if Trey Hendrickson is 100% healthy and there are no injury concerns, I have concerns about him being as effective in the Bowls defense. That's my concern. I'm afraid that Tampa Bay would get the New Orleans version of Trey Hendrickson, not the Cincinnati version of Trey Hendrickson. You got to make sure you utilize the guy the right way. New Orleans couldn't do it, and I would be more afraid that Tampa can't do it either.
Hey, listen, my confidence in Todd Bowles as a defensive coordinator has plummeted over the last couple of years. It just has, you know. And maybe he wants to blame the coaches he fired. Okay, great. Let's see how the new coaches do in coaching their players up. I mean,
they're not even new coaches.
But what does he always say? We got to coach you better. We got to play it better. Okay, well, like we're at broken record time now. Like how about just do it? Let's just skip the coach you better, play better. Just do it. Just do it. Just be better. You know, and I understand there's a process to it, and you got to go through training camp, and you got to learn the defense and the day one installs. I get all that, but at the end of the day, too, it's about practice, as Allen Iverson would say. You know, when you're doing walkthroughs.
Oh, we don't practice here, bro.
No, they don't. They don't. And, you know, and you can talk to people in the building and they'll tell you they don't practice hard enough and they don't practice at full speed enough. And so when you're getting into game situation, I mean, ask Yaya Diaby. Don't blame me. Don't, you know, put this on me. Ask Yaya. He's the player in the defense out there doing it. He wants to practice more. He wants to practice harder. He wants to compete, not just on Sundays, but on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday too. And it's like, you know, what are we doing? And I get it. Todd's a very cerebral guy. And he's smarter than everybody else. And he's like, we're going to present it. And you should know it. You're a professional. And not everybody gets it like that. Okay, I remember talking to Peyton Barber, the former Bucs running back here. He was dyslexic. He couldn't read a playbook. Okay, but I remember the position coach telling me at the time, Peyton's a guy where if you give him enough reps in practice, he gets it. He knows which hole to hit. He can ID the blitzer.
Everybody learns differently. Sure.
He's a kinetic learner. Okay. And kinetic means doing it and also doing it full speed, not walking through a blitz pickup and patty caking a guy, actually full speed, taking on a linebacker and stoning a guy in the hole so he doesn't get to your quarterback, right? And it's like, if you're not going to practice that way, how can you expect to get those type of results on Sunday? When Tyke Smith takes a bad angle in Miami, a woefully bad angle, how often was he going full speed? Or I'm sorry, not was he going full speed? Was he asked to or told to go full speed in practice that week? I'm guessing late in December, probably not much.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get what you deserve if you do that. And I'll take it back to, you know, my illustrious, glorious days as a South Pasco Predators Pop Warner coach. All right. I coached the defense, as defensive line and defensive coordinator. And we told our parents, okay, we're going to have very, very challenging, hard, full contact practices. Okay.
That's how you learn the game.
3 days a week. And the reason why is we want Saturdays, our game days, to be easy.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to make it hard for our kids during the week, so Saturdays are easy. I can't think of, and I'm serious, in 6 years, I'm trying to remember, I can't think of any of our kids outside of a bone bruise or a sprained ankle or something. I can't think of our kids having one kid got concussed because he got speared on a kickoff. Okay. I'll admit to that. But we had broken bones in practice. We had concussions in practice. Okay. But on game day, we hardly got injured. Our kids' bodies were hardened. They were ready to go. We won division championships, playoff games, all that stuff because we kicked ass in practice. And I think that's something that can be transcended from Pop Warner to high school to college to pro.
Look at Nick Saban.
Yeah.
You ever see his practices? You ever see
Pretty
a
good
Georgia
track record.
practice? Have you watched some of these behind the scenes things at the Georgia practices?
Yep.
Holy shit! Like,
do you remember in 2023, if the Buccaneers beat the Saints in December at Ray J, they would wrap up the division that day. And I think they lost because Saints came down and kicked their ass.
Yeah, physically.
They were down like 14-0 in the first quarter, something like that. And you're right. And what did Dennis Allen, the Saints coach, say? Because you only get X amount of padded practices.
Yeah.
They used a padded practice or two that week on Wednesday, and they got their team absolutely fired up, ready to go, physically dominated the Buccaneers that day. It was embarrassing, really. Yeah. It's like, I think a lot of fans just thought, well, show up and win against the Saints.
And a must-win game. Yeah.
Yeah. Derek Carr had a great game. Saints defense dominated the Bucs, and they won. And that was part of the reason. That's something Dennis Allen kind of bragged about to the media. Yeah. We won the battle of the trenches. We were the more physically imposing team. We said, we're going to take it to Tampa, in Tampa. We're putting the pads on this week. This was like late December. Yeah. And they did it.
Duh. When's the last time you watched the Bucs game and said, woo, man, we out physical them today? 2021, maybe?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Yeah. And that's when you had different guys on a team. And consistency through a head coach should mean the head coach is doing it, and he's not. Those were the players that were those badass players. Yeah. All right. So real quickly, let's hit the guys we did bring in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually
Alex Anzalone.
I'm excited too, JP.
I loved Alex Anzalone's game the last 5 years. He's 31. He's 9 years in, and I don't know. He may have something left in the tank. We'll see. But give me Devin Lloyd all day over him.
Yeah.
And Gainwell, I like him. It's a nice piece. Absolutely. Yeah, he's really the same size, the same dude as Bucky.
Yep.
Like, wouldn't you want a contrast in your number two?
Yeah, and
I still like him. I
don't think they're done. I think they're going to add another running back, either in free agency or in the draft. But yeah, I would like another bigger back for sure. I've loved Gainwell since his days at Memphis. The dude is literally a receiver playing running back. He has got crazy hands, and he's a good enough runner to where if Bucky's out for a couple games, he can take over as your starter, get the job done.
Yeah.
This was the team MVP voted on by the Steelers.
That's important.
Yeah, it is.
He's a gamer.
He knows what he's doing. Pass protection ability is really good. He's a smaller, faster version of Rashad White. That's really what he is. So I like that move a lot. Anzalone is good. He is not as good as Levante David in his prime, but he's better than Levante David was last year.
Yeah.
At age 35. And you're getting a player that's 4 years younger. This is a rent-a player. This is a stopgap journeyman type, and that's fine.
They rebuild.
He's got a C on his chest. He's a leader. He's a do everything the right way kind of guy. He is full team. This team will draft, shocker, a couple of inside linebackers this year, and he's going to be a perfect guy to help mentor them. Right? He's a really good leader, good defensive player, good all-around player, probably better as a will, or in Todd Bowles' scheme, it's called the Mo position, the money backer spot, which is the Levante David position, as he is a Mike. He's got enough size that if you had to play Mike, he could do it. He's just not that classic stack and shed guy that can take on blocks and stuff the hole on a down in, down out basis as a Mike linebacker. Could he do it? Yes. Is he Is he ideally suited for that? No, probably. This is probably Levante David's replacement here. And I hope for Levante's sake and organization's sake that he retires, because
me too.
The knee, it probably not going to get better in age 36 than it did 35. You say what you want about PFF, right? It's got its flaws, its warts and all that stuff, but it does a pretty decent job in terms of comparisons for players. Like if you want to look at how Alex Anzalone compared to Levante David last year, I mean, the PFF grades are starkly different. And it showed, and I think reflected pretty obviously, the significant drop-off in grades from Levante David from years past to last year. And that's kind of what we saw on film. We saw the missed tackles, the missed sacks, the not being able to get there in coverage like he used to. And that's okay.
Not being able to make up for his linebacker mate.
Yeah, exactly. And that's okay. We can accept that because it happened to Derek Brooks. It happened to Brian Urlacher. It happened to Mike Singletary. It happens to every great linebacker at some point in time.
But to your point, he's a stopgap. He's a rental guy.
That's
he's
right.
Not the future, and that's where this team is right now. We're just
if you go out and get a CJ Allen, if you go out and get a Jacob Rodriguez, if you go out and and get a stud inside linebacker or two in this draft, I think they need two. They need one in rounds 1 through 3, and then need another day 3 guy as a developmental piece up on special teams and all that. So if you were to say your 4 linebackers were Anzalone and Servassier Dennis, probably an outside or probably inside linebacker 3, kind of like Kevin Minter was, coming off the bench in a pinch, he can help you out. I'm fine with that. Then you draft a premier guy to start next to Anzalone, and then you have another draft pick, maybe 4th, 5th, 6th round, that you have, where you can develop to eventually replace Anzalone. Then I think that's solid. That's a pretty good 1 through 4. And I like Servassier Dennis at number 3, especially in a contract year, because every time he steps on the field, it's about money. It's about making him money either in Tampa Bay or somewhere else for his next paycheck. So you'll see a highly motivated Servassier Dennis.
Yeah, maybe on the offseason too. Get your weight up. Get in the weight room.
Yeah.
He's been here a while. He should look bigger. And
when it comes to edge rushers, I think they're still in on Trey Hendrickson until he signs somewhere else. They have an interest there. It's at a certain threshold.
Yeah, right? I wouldn't break the bank and mortgage the future for him. To your point, I mean, I say his name because he wants to play here. Yeah, he's at a position of need, and we don't know. He might put together 2 or 3 good years. Yeah. But we're not. I just think we're heading towards major rebuild, if not already in the rebuild. Yeah, these are just stopgap signings. They're not new money. They're not. These are not. And when I say new money, when you sign a guy like Trey Hendrickson, you got to write a big check. It's a big check. It's like a $60 million check that you have to write that comes out of your account and goes into theirs. When you sign guys like Anzalone and Gainwell, it's just salary cap, and it's just it's nothing. There's no big check that has to be written, and that's kind of the mode they're at right now.
There's another guy that maybe you should keep an eye on is K'Lavon Chaisson, who had a really good season for the Patriots. He's been a late bloomer. Seems like he's been in the league forever. He's only 26 years old. Former first-round pick out of LSU. I believe he was first round. Maybe he was day 2. But, it had a pretty good year last year. Again, late bloomer, kind of putting it all together. First couple of years were a disappointment. But balled out in a contract year, played under Mike Vrabel, so he got good coaching last year. Maybe he's turned a corner. You just have to kind of do some digging on, up here, like what makes him tick, and has he matured? Is he a better player? What version of Chaisson are you going to get after you pay him pretty good money? You're going to get the 1 year prove it, try hard guy that we saw last year in New England, or are you going to get a guy that just collects the check and says, I've arrived, I got my bank, and he kind of reverts to the player that he was early in his career after he was a high draft pick. That's something that you have to consider. But he's a younger player, 26 years old, again, coming off of a 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, scoop and score, 54 pressures, 18 more pressures.
How big is he?
Postseason. I want to say 6'4", 245. Yeah. So he's bigger stature-wise than Hassan Reddick is, right? It's like Shaq Barrett was about 6'1", 255, right? So this guy's kind of in between Shaq Barrett and Hassan Reddick, but then has he's got a bigger frame to him in terms of arm length and those things. But again, they're going to draft an edge rusher or two. I think they should probably
move Elijah Roberts outside.
What's that?
Could move Elijah Roberts outside where he should be playing.
He's not an outside linebacker in this scheme, though.
I know. In this scheme, he's not. He's a defensive end, but not in this scheme. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is a 4-3 defensive end.
Yeah,
they're trying to make him a defensive tackle, and I guess
it doesn't work.
That's part of my frustration with Bowles is like,
yeah, exactly.
He looks at Logan Hall, who is a 4-3 defensive end,
another 4-3,
and
he tries to make him an inside guy.
I'm gonna make you a tackle. It's like, if you want to tackle, can I curse on the show? Can I curse?
Yes.
Draft a fucking tackle, man. It's not that hard.
Low to the ground.
It's not that hard.
They're 6'2". They're 345 to 50 pounds, and they kick ass in the middle.
Yeah, like Daryl Jackson,
6'5" guy.
Daryl Jackson really
can't
good
get low
tackle
with these big freaking guards.
Right.
And it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then you've got Lee Hunter from Texas.
There's no
Tech.
hair left to pull out.
Lee Hunter, draft a tackle. He's a good tackle. Caden McDonald, good tackle. Draft guys that played the position in college that you want them to play in the NFL.
There's an idea. There's an idea, Scotty.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
Yeah.
All right. Tell everybody how they can get your great stuff. And you guys have been killing it lately. I watch and listen all the time.
Thank you. Pewter Reports TV, our YouTube channel. We had two podcasts yesterday, an emergency podcast, and then
I saw that.
Our regular Mike Evans Farewell tribute podcast. You can watch those at your leisure at Pewter Report TV, our YouTube channel. We'll have a podcast today. We might have one as early as a minute from now if the Bucs decide to make a really interesting move that we need to talk about. So, but I ask you, everybody, to check out Pewter Report TV, our YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit notifications. That way, when we come out with an emergency podcast or I come out with a Pewter Pulse video, you're going to get notified when that is, so you can check it out. PewterReport.com. We have our free agency tracker on the website, and it's updated with any type of news, signings, departures, or inside scoop that we come by. Make sure you check that out often, as well as all of our content. We have an Alex Anzalone scouting report piece that Josh Capo did up there right now. It's really good stuff. I've got 5 things to know about Mike Evans' departure. It's up there as well. And, of course, you can follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report.
It's great stuff, Scotty. Thank you for your time, as always, brother.
Tim, JP, always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
See you.
See you soon, buddy. That's where we are, man. As King Cook says, we are in the rebuild, folks. That was made clear yesterday. Stop denying this fact, and it won't hurt as much. Well, then let's rebuild.
Those are weird moves for a rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, let's not bring in an old linebacker. Let's bring in a young guy. I'd rather you work, draft guys, or even draft a young guy, or go pick somebody off a practice squad, or trade for a young guy who your pro scout said this guy's a bloomer. Then bring in some guy who's just marking time. And no disrespect to Mr. Anzalone. I loved his game. I've loved him from afar, but that was 5 years ago.
I think you might be surprised at what he contributes next year.
Okay, I hope so. I hope I am. It adds some leadership, which is good. We need that.
I think I said the same thing about Hassan Reddick too, though.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. But to my point, if you're in a rebuild, guys like that are actually they're because they teach kids how to be pros and work at it. I he's he's that guy. He's that guy. So there's some value there, but for the most part, it's a rebuild, and maybe they can trade Godwin now and just get done with it. Move on.
Think they'll bring Reddick back? See part of this?
No. Oh God. Oh my God, no.
I mean, not even as a depth piece at $7 million a year.
No, those bridges have been burned. Absolutely. All right. Quick break. Let's get back on the other side and get to your comments. There's 1,000 of them, and I want to get to them. You guys have been lighting it up. I really appreciate it. We're brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. If you're looking for a place to watch the Lightning game, you're not going to the game, go watch it at Riveters. You can watch the World Baseball Classic as well, which is absolutely fantastic. You get the multi-screen thing going there. Watch your hockey, watch your baseball. If you're into the basketball, you got that too. What you've definitely got, though, is a great happy hour from 3 to 7 o'clock where you get $5 wells, $3 beers, and, of course, the great food that is Riveters, the fresh food, the great service. It is the best place to watch sports in Tampa. RivetersTampa.com. Back in 3 with your comments. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we've got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Roofing, roofing done right. For your home, day and night.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Here's we roll on this somewhat tragic and sad Tuesday of free agency. But the show goes on and life goes on. So make sure you get over to Italiano Insurance and make sure you have your home insured, your business insured, your flood insurance, all that good stuff. 40% of you are underinsured in your home. So if something happens, you won't get the money back to rebuild your home. Lots of people went through that. Not cool, not fun. Try explaining that to your wife. Well, honey, our house has got to be 40% less than it used to be. Good luck with that. And you're still paying big homeowners insurance. So make sure that, like my friend the other day who said, I got to get my homeowners insurance just went up 30%. Well, call Italiano Insurance and get with a different company. They'll try to bring you in with a lower rate. 813-877-7799 is the way to go. All right. Let's get her going here. Alejandro Noriega says, well, I will say this as a person who was always positive. I can't be positive for the Bucs because of losing Mike. Losing Mike hurts me more than losing Stamkos and Longoria. I hope the Bucs suck.
Wow. Look, so that brings me to my next question, Alejandro. Thank you for bringing this up. So, JP, I don't know if you noticed, I did an emergency Buccaneers Daily Blitz yesterday after all of this. Went up on FanStream Sports Tampa Bay website and the YouTube channel right here, and got some great response from it. I posed the question in that video: is it possible for you, because you guys we've all loved Mike, right? I just said with Scott, I've covered him since high school, right? I'm a Mike guy. Regardless of where he plays, I'm a Mike guy. I cannot root for Mike Evans in a San Francisco uniform. I can't do it. It's not happening. I wish failure for the whole team. I hope he puts up his numbers, and I hope they keep losing. How do you feel because I know San Francisco, they're an NFC rival, but are they as hated by the Bucs fans as they are by Cowboys fans?
No.
Or by Eagles fans?
No, we reserve that for the Saints and the Falcons.
Right, but that's your in-division rivals, right? Yeah. But so outside of the division, who's your most hated? Is it Detroit because of recent history, or
maybe
the Eagles?
Eagles, Eagles for sure.
Okay,
Eagles,
for us, it's for me, and I've hated San Francisco since the 70s, right? Yeah, Cowboys and 49ers.
Well, yeah, I totally get that.
Go way back, I just cannot root. That's why I had to quit playing fantasy football, because I can't root for guys in the wrong uniform.
I mean, I'll root for Mike to get numbers, and right. Pat is already Hall of Fame stats, because although we believe he's a first ballot, or I think nationally, I don't know if that's as big a belief, but I mean, I'll root for Mike, but of course I don't really root for any team, to be quite honest, except for the Bucs, because business is good. I just don't. I'll root. The only emotional attachment I have to sports really is my hometown teams here and FSU, and I try to be objective as much as I can. Sure. And I think I'm more objective and harder on the teams that I love, quite frankly.
Probably.
Because I see more of a critical part of it.
Sure.
Michael LaRue says re-signing Godwin to what started to look like a bad contract, drafting Ibuka and keeping Bowles. The writing was on the wall. Mike wanted to retire a Buck, but he no longer believes in the Bucs. That's what's, somebody put up the press conference when Mike signed here last time, and his emotional plea about how he loved being a Buck and wants to be a Buck for life. And you look at that now and you say, man, we let him down.
Yeah.
There was a world where he retires a Buck and this team stays aggressive, and you go out and sign a bunch of these guys and you fix your defense and you keep Mike. There's a world where you can do that. As I said, you can stretch the salary cap any way you really want to, but you got to put out the money. That means your ownership's writing big, big checks. And that's not, and clearly Mike saw that that's not what the Glazers are interested in. Brian is 63, Brian Glazer. I think he's the oldest, or maybe Darcy might be the oldest. But I can't tell a woman's age on I'll get smoked for that. But you just wonder, is like, Are they just saying we don't need this anymore? We're plenty rich. Let's cash out while it's the value is at an all-time high, and walk off into sunset. Don't need to worry about these Man U fans and these Buck fans yelling and screaming at us. Maybe they've had enough. I don't know.
Joel is 58.
Joel's 58. Yeah.
And yeah,
you can tell Darcy's age, but I'm not going to say it. Is she
I'm
older?
not gonna say it.
Can we say older
I can't find her birthday.
Isn't that funny? You can easily find the guys, but they won't.
Yeah, like I'm not lying. I can't find her birthday anywhere. But Joel's 58, so
that's funny. King Cook says the Glazers have fumbled the bag for the last 3 to 4 years. The rebuild has officially started. Yeah. King Cook also says, how do Bulls and Light recover from this terrible offseason? 12 to 13 wins in 2026. Yeah, I don't see that. But listen, we also got to say this. They're not done. So they got a long way to go with the draft and everything else. So everything we say is based on what we're being told right now by their actions. So who knows? Maybe they'll change midstream. Maybe they'll make some moves. Who knows? But at this point, this is what we're saying. King Cook says, I'm still going to support the team Bucs all day, but I'm definitely not supporting Bulls and Light if they don't show me something. The free agents we got are not moving the needle. 100%. Lots of good stuff coming from both Albert and Alejandro and King Cook, but I want to get everybody in here. Chris Cole, morning, everyone. Glazers have to take a lot of the blame for Evans leaving. Totally agree. Rick is in this morning. Say Glazers kept Todd. This limited Jason. Ownership and coaching matters. Carolina will probably run away with the division next season. Baker will leave for the Rams. Yeah, I see all that.
I don't see him going to the Rams.
Yeah.
Why do they want him?
Because he'll be 32, and probably he obviously performed well with them. But I think Sean had some good things to say about him.
They'll go younger. They're not going to bring.
They traded for Matt. How old was Stafford when they traded for him? Like 32, I think.
Okay, but Baker's not Matthew Stafford though. They can't keep recycling old quarterbacks.
Can't they?
No.
Okay.
I think Baker might be the rest of his career in Tampa. I don't see him leaving Tampa.
Well, I didn't until now.
Well,
Alejandro says, I expect this kind of shit with the Rays because Stu did this all the time, and I've grown accustomed to it. So what's next? The Lightning going to let Cooch and Vasi walk away? No, that ain't happening. That ain't there. They're too smart for that. And they're too invested, by the way. They're too invested. Rick says, I heard Tim was possibly involved with Prescott's fiance calling off the wedding. However, it was Dak getting a ring that ended it.
No comment.
That one kind of hits home because his fiance is from here, and I know it's his father-in-law or would-be father-in-law. Great family, by the way, fantastic folks. But I ain't getting in the middle of that. I ain't getting in messages. Ashley's told me all about it. There were lots of reports, though, lots of crazy stuff going around. We don't.
Yeah, and I can say confidently from what I've heard here in the building, money had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's about money.
It was not about money.
I mean, she comes from a very good family.
She's got her own money. She doesn't need his.
Bell says, good morning, my Peterman support group. I'm going to have to make y'all laugh today. Good morning, JP in the room. Okay, please do it.
Please do.
We need a little levity. Aviation says, this is a big gamble for the Niners as well. Not with what they're paying him.
No, it's not.
And I'm going to tell you this, and this is the thing about Mike. Mike is that rare breed. He's the rare breed of superstar player that really wants to win and will do anything to win. These are absolute unicorns. They're hard to find because they don't make them much like this anymore. Most kids coming up, it's all about the bag. There's no loyalty. Mm-hmm. There's no competitive spirit about winning. It's just it's about themselves. And these are rare guys, and you need them on your team to win. You got to have guys that are setting this example for other guys because, like I said, most of your guys that are coming in have been told they are the shit since they were 12 years old and have now been paid through high school and college.
Yep.
And they've switched teams probably 10 times from all around, looking to better their own situation, not the teams. And you need people. They need to come to the NFL and go, oh, damn, that guy. Wow, look what he's doing out there. He really wants to win. He's putting his ass on the line. Like, that's real. I better, is that the way I'm supposed to act? Okay. It's an absolute must-have. And the dude walked out the door because he doesn't think you're doing it. Whew. That is a bad place to be. Alex Nunn says, listen, I'm not mad Mike left to pursue better opportunity. It's why he left. The Glazers saying we love Bowles. A sub-500 coach is crazy. Reality is Glazers can't admit they fumbled on signing Bowles. I mean, they chose Bowles over Liam Cohen. Yeah. Oh, there were dumbass people like myself that told him to keep Cohen and get rid of Bowles. I said it on the air. What do I know? I'm a moron. What do I know?
I still say I want no part of Liam Cohen.
I know. You're wrong again.
You know what? My best case scenario, Liam Cohen goes and coaches the 49ers. I think that would be amazing.
I think your hate for the 49ers is coming out. It's not objective at all. Jeremy Lowe says, good morning, JP and Tim. Today is the day I'm pissed at the Glazers for letting this happen. Could have fired Bowles, but instead let Mike walk. Yep. You fire Bowles. That is the universal symbol. We are not happy with 8-9 and losing 7 of 8.
And anybody that thinks those two things are not related, you don't know that team very well.
Right.
Because 100%.
And if you sit there and say, well, no, we were just believing it's injuries. Like, well, guess what? Your Hall of Famer just walked out the door because he doesn't believe in him. So if that doesn't tell you what you need, if you're a sportsman and you really want to win, like you're all in to win, this is not what you do as ownership.
No.
And again, this team was not in a rebuild mode in my mind. I think you make aggressive moves, you're right back in it.
I still think they don't think they're in a rebuild mode. You're not going to hear that word come out of their mouths.
Oh, no, you're not. No. I'm not reading that, King Cook. Good morning, JP, says Nathan Elliott. Is it the beginning of another dark decade? Could be. The off week of the 2025 season when he said, go ahead, guys, take the week off.
Take the week off.
I need a mushroom cloud. That sounded like a cruise missile. I need a mushroom cloud. Bell says, in true relationship analogy fashion, did Mike Evans really say it's not me, it's you to the Bucs and ran off with some San Francisco girl with a fatty in red and gold?
Apparently. It's a really good way to put it.
Yeah. I can think that's it. I think it's what he said. No, you're not good enough for me. Peace out. What else we got here? James Rex Root says this is all on the Glazers for keep it Todd. Nothing's going to change, and Mike knew it. Yep. What else we got? Joel Forsland said, very happy for Mike. It's been an absolute pleasure watching him as a Buck. I hope he wins another Super Bowl, pads his stats even more, 2,200 more yards, and he's in the top 4 all time. Yeah. If he stays healthy with that offense, that's entirely capable. Sergio Biltrez says we could blame the Glazers for giving Bowles another shot, but I think Mike would have left either way. This all started when they let Cohen go and kept Bowles. No, I think if they would have hired an offensive-minded head coach, I think and done some other things, I think Mike would have thought about staying. Again, we pushed him out the door. He's leaving for less money and going across the country.
A lot less money.
To a living in a place where I don't think he's going to feel very comfortable, quite frankly. But
is he moving his family out there?
I don't think so.
Can't imagine.
No. I think he said Tampa's always going to be home.
Yeah.
Nathan says, Glazers, you have let down a lot of game attending, ticket buying, and money paying season pass members. To be continued. Yeah. Joel Forsland says, JP, I'll break this down for you. The Glazers and Jason and Todd got fat off the Brady years. Brady brought in the free agents. He made everyone around him better. Listen, there's a lot to that. Again, does Jason Light get credit for building a roster that attracted Tom Brady? Hell yes, he does. Does he get credit for getting Bruce Arians out of retirement to create an environment that Tom Brady wanted to come to? Absolutely, 100%. And does he get credit for building the team around him? Yeah. But when Tom Brady says, let's go get Leonard Fournette, let's go get Gronk, and Tom calls him, it's not like you're doing a lot of the legwork. You're basically saying, hey, Mike Greenberg, Jackie, let's put these deals together, make it happen, figure it out with the cap. We're spending. Yeah, you're all in. And so they get credit for that 100%, but it also comes with a bit of a Tom did a lot of that work for you. And that's true. And he also won a lot of those games with clutch performances. And that's the thing. There's 7 to 8 teams every year that can win the Super Bowl if you stay healthy, but you got to have a quarterback that can win you games in the clutch. And I think we have that in Baker Mayfield. He's proven that. We had it in Tom Brady. You got a lot of good pieces here, but it's disintegrating because you kept that head coach and you didn't want to buy in and go all in. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Yeah, that's your new Bucs battle cry. Either that or the ubiquitous dumpster on fire.
All right.
That one will work.
That one was too easy.
What else we got? Aviation says Bucs are still miles better than anyone else in the South.
I don't know about that.
We can need to look at that Panthers roster along the front seven.
Except especially now with Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, and Jalen Phillips. I'm not saying he's great, but better than anything we got.
Yeah, look out for that. Oh, but look out though for the Atlanta Falcons and their new quarterback.
They got two lefties, two small, oft-injured lefties. Good luck with that. At least you got two of them now.
Yeah.
92 Omega says, I'm beyond ticked off. We didn't make a big push for Lloyd. Horrible job by Light. Yeah. Green King Cook said that as well, right? And we missed on Devin Lloyd. Yeah. Aviation says Mike was a part of the problem the last 2 seasons. The best ability is availability. Anything about that? Listen, there's no question to me that those hamstrings are going to be a problem. Continuing. Or hamstring. Yeah.
Well, at his age, they both could be a problem.
Right. Sergio says, what, WTF paying Otten $10 million a year? I know.
Thank you very much, Sergio. Right there with you.
Yeah, and again, if you're rebuilding, go get a younger, more dynamic tight end.
Did they even make a play for Isaiah Likely? There's no way, right?
I don't know. Aviation asked this question. Lloyd was a Pro Bowler last year. Yeah, 5 picks. Why did the Jags get rid of him? Red flags everywhere. Well, I think they had salary cap issues. Maybe they have a guy behind him they think can also be good. I don't know, but I watched the dude play, and he's really good, and he's young, and he's a really good player. But there may be something about him. I don't know. I don't know him that well.
By the way, we live in an NFL where Cade Otton's making $10 million a year, and Isaiah Likely's only making $13.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How about that $3 million you're paying your punter? You could have paid Isaiah Likely.
Yeah. Captain K says, this totally pisses me off when I heard Mike's statement. The Glazers have killed any kind of culture. Keeping Todd Bowles here, just a note. I'm not mad at Mike Evans. No, you can't be mad at Mike. Not at all. No way. Bonaventure says, we could put all of the blame on Todd Bowles. Bruce Arians needs to feel the anger too because he's the reason we're in this position. He's in the Glazers and Light's ear with this BS job. Listen, I love Bruce. I love Bruce. But he does go to the mat for his guys. He really does. And maybe sometimes a little bit more than he should. See Byron Leftwich.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Aviation says, a lot of people sleeping on Anzalone will wake up first leader on this defense in 4 years. Look, dude, Levante's a great leader. He's a fantastic leader. And Anzalone
is a better leader than a football player these days.
Yeah, Anzalone may bring that, and I hope he does. He needs to. My whole point is, if you're going to go get a linebacker, get Devin Lloyd for $15 million instead of Anzalone for $7 at age 31. That's my point. I like the guy, good player. Would have liked to have him 5 years ago. I don't know, it's just where we're at right now. I don't know.
But again, JP, we don't know the inner workings of all of this. And we've talked about it before. The fact that Todd Bowles is still here with Todd Bowles' defense, maybe free agent guys don't want to come play in this defense.
Oh, that is
a real possibility.
If you're an edge rusher, you don't want to.
Devin Lloyd maybe they made an offer for him, and it could have been more money, but he's like, I don't want to play in that defense. I'm going to disappear like everybody else.
As an inside linebacker? No, I think you'd like that. Maybe they funnel everything to you. Yeah, I think you would like to play in Levante.
Did you get Mr. King's super chat?
No, put it up. Feel free. Say Tampa's had a run of great sports owners, huh? A bunch of cheapas and all three. I wouldn't say Jeffrey Vinnick was cheap. No. Stu, yes. Culverhouse, yes. The Glazers, no, for most of the past 10 years. But now, yes. Yeah. So I would say, I think Stu and new Glazer, old Glazer, it's like, what era are they in? All right, we got to take a break. Thank you, guys. We'll get to a little bit more of this. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Orestes Destrade going to join us to talk a little WBC and Rays. And hopefully we can finish up with your comments as well. Quick break. Back in 3. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com.
They gave us the touchdowns, the tackles, the unforgettable moments. Now the NFL legends are teeing it up for a cause that matters, caring for kids. Join the Tampa Bay NFL Alumni Association annual golf tournament on Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Spend the day golfing alongside former NFL stars who play the game at the highest level. The day includes complimentary breakfast, luncheon, and award ceremony. The winning team will get an expense-paid trip to Tucson, Arizona to compete in the Super Bowl of golf tournaments. Register today at givebutter.com/QLHP3I. That's givebutter.com/QLHP3I. Or call James Ridley at 813-773-5723. 813-773-5723. Sponsor limited. Register today. Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Play golf, meet legends, impact local kids. Sponsorship still available.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your Advantage plan. 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ, at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. You know, it's St. Patrick's Day coming up on March 17th. And over at Genesis of Tampa, wear green, buy green, save green. Wear green to Genesis of Tampa on St. Patty's Day, which is March 17th, for $500 off any vehicle in stock just for what you're wearing. Wow. Buy anything green, like a green SUV or green car, and you get $1,000 off. Also, buy a vehicle between March 14th and 17th coming up, and you'll be entered into a contest to win a trip to Ireland. Oh, the Dial. It's beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. Of course, Genesis vehicles are the best in class for value, technology, and luxury. National Genesis Signature Event currently gives you 1.9% financing. Limitations apply, so get your ass over to 801 East Bears. Your green ass. Get your St. Patty's Day drunk ass over to Genesis of Tampa.
That's their official tagline now.
Shop for a car. No, don't do that.
I bought a car drunk once.
The test drive might be
How long you were a car drunk once?
I did. I bought a car completely drunk, didn't remember it the next day.
Come on.
Like, who the hell's car is this?
Honey, what's that Volkswagen Beetle in the driveway? The hell is that thing?
What's
the
Hugo doing out there?
It was a brand spanking, brand new car, too. I was at the dealership and everything, signed papers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Drove it home and everything.
I'll remind myself never to have you negotiate a contract for me.
Well, and I paid cash for it, too. That was the mysterious part, is I paid cash for it.
Oh, my God. Where did all right, come on down then to Genesis, please, because you're exactly what we need.
Drunk shopping.
March 17th.
They'll be like, can we throw in the tire warranty? Yeah, buddy. We need the tire warranty.
I got green shit coming out my ass.
What? They'll be
I
like
need a lifetime supply of blinker fluid, please.
Yeah. sign up for that too.
Oh
Look, some people get drunk at
And
night and drink
warranty?
wine.
Oh, hell yes. 10 years is not enough. No.
And some people go buy like workout equipment, right? On infomercials. I go buy new cars.
There you go.
Cash, baby.
That's an expensive night out. That's for damn sure.
Kept
Hope
that
you
car
enjoyed
for
that
5
car.
years, though. It was a great car. Susie Rodeo.
Well, at least you kept it. Yeah, that's
I
good.
did. Took
And
it
the Suzu Rodeo, is that what it was?
brand
Love
spanking
those.
new 1993 Isuzu
Back in
Rodeo.
the day,
Isuzu.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four-wheel drive, dude. I took that
those
thing. I
were
put
cool.
300,000 miles on that thing. Took it
Well, you
skiing
got
a
your
couple
money
times a
back.
year. Oh, I
Zuzu's still selling cars. I
don't think they are.
I don't think they
paid
are.
$13,500 for it, cash, brand new.
Wow. Big spender.
Yeah.
What were you doing drunk with $13,500 in your
I didn't
pocket?
have it on me. I mean,
Yeah, sure you did. Yes,
I was on
you
my way
did.
to the strip club.
You had a briefcase. You went the wrong way.
You stopped by Nate Newton's house and then right
We went to the White House
Nate.
at a Valley Ranch.
back the
Oh,
he went to his trunk and pulled
that is a story by
2
itself.
tons of
We
weed.
need to delve into that one
Yeah, we
day on
do.
the JP Peterson Show. Just walk us through that day.
I'm game. If I remember it.
Nate got pardoned though.
He did.
What's up, Big O?
I'm good, man.
Orestes
Just
Destrade
snuck
in the
in,
house
just-
in case you didn't know.
Just slid in like
Yeah, he did.
Chandler Simpson stealing a bag, even though now he's hitting home runs. But go figure. But
yeah, how about that?
he went deep. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing
No.
wrong with that. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, don't get that home run itis though.
No,
Don't
he
need that.
won't. No,
Don't need
he
that.
is a great young hitter.
You said you wanted to weigh in on the Mike Evans.
Just real quick. I mean, it's a bit of a sad day. Obviously, the most prolific scorer in the history of Tampa Bay Bucs history. So it's a major loss. And I agree with you on listening to you yesterday that this was more of a testament to where the organization is heading.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, just again, food for thought. They still have firepower. They're healthy in the trenches, which they weren't,
Right.
off and
That's a
on
big
last
deal.
year.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal. You still have a Baker Mayfield that could, given the right pieces. I mean, he's not, Tom Brady. He's not, one of the superstars, but he's damn good.
He's a top 10 quarterback in
He's
the
a
league.
top
in my
10
opinion.
quarterback in the league. He may not be a Hall of Famer, but he's
good enough to win a Super Bowl.
He's good enough to win a
Sam
Super Bowl.
Darnold can win one. Baker Mayfield can win one.
If Trent Dilfer can win one,
Well, let's not go there.
but anyway,
And
my
we love
point-
Trent. We
do love Trent. Yeah, my point is that where were we a year ago? A year ago was so much hype, so much
kumbaya,
and
Camp
and
Kumbaya.
we're going deep into forget the playoffs. We're going, we're going to skip the playoffs and go right to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so, as a former athlete, I will tell you that sometimes
And it's 6-2. It was all there for you.
it was all there for you. So no, there's a lot of things to beat up on and to knock on what management has done and what they're doing and what does this say. But sometimes, as long as you have pieces, sometimes you
never know where it's going to go.
You don't know where it's going to go. Things can look great and they go to shit, and then the next year you looks a
Like
little bit
last season.
shitty, and it could go great. So never give up as long as the core is healthy and there.
But Mike was such a huge part of your
But that's
core.
the part that hurts.
Yeah.
I will go back to the beginning, which is, you're losing not only one of the most, the most prolific scorer. Obviously, he was injured last year. He wasn't at optimal, but 100% Mike Evans brings on and off the field and in the clubhouse.
Like, if you'd have gone
winning
out,
attitude.
if Mike leaves and you'd gone out and got Max Crosby, given up your 2-1s,
Right.
got Max Crosby, signed Devin Lloyd, immediately your defense is light years better.
Right.
We'll figure it out on offense without Mike, and and so now you're addressing your key pieces. You go draft a good defensive tackle, another linebacker, get a young receiver with size.
Right.
They're out there to get. And then I'm like, okay, now we got some, but that's not what they did.
No,
they
it
didn't
just
do
looks
anything. They
bad.
haven't done anything aggressive.
Yeah.
Completely. It's a whole bunch of meh.
Yeah. And even you were talking about linebacker. I think the recent signing,
Anzalone,
was kind of suspect.
He's 30.
He's good.
5 years ago, I'd have loved this.
Right.
I'd have been
But it's
all
not-
in.
Not the same.
5 years
thing.
ago, it cost a lot more.
Yeah, but I'm okay paying for good
And you would
production in
assume-
your prime.
and
That's
would
what you should pay
assume
for.
that Tampa Bay Bucs are too, because they've done it before.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they ain't doing it now.
Yeah.
They ain't doing it now. But anyway, what What an atmosphere last night watching USA
Mexico, which has been a thorn in their side.
Yes, they've never beat them.
Yeah, I think since 06. I think they beat them in 06 once, but since 20 years, Mexico has been a problem. Yeah. And speaking, Mexico, Jonathan Aranda, we've got a lot.
Came up in a big spot last night.
A bunch of the Rays are showing up very nice. Obviously, Jonathan, hit a home run the other day. In fact, I think yesterday, and then you've got former Ray, but if you're talking about the current Rays, Jax
came in, got a big double play, got a huge double play.
Clevenger got in a little bit of trouble, but the bottom line, the Rays players are looking good. Obviously, Junior's on fire, right?
Yeah, and, insane.
He's doing great. So, a lot of guys are showing up for the Rays while there's not. This is a weird time whenever the WBC hits because spring training gets stymied.
Yeah.
And the one good thing is that you're seeing bunch of young players and other
getting
guys
plenty of ABs,
plenty of ABs. And so if you're a manager, the 30 managers are getting to kind of see some of their different guys.
Their depth,
these all-stars, not just in USA and not just with Team Mexico, but all over. All these teams have smattering of MLB stars. You're getting to see some guys play. A guy before we go to the WBC that we'll talk about, on my show. But Carson Williams is looking good. Another couple of hits. He's hitting, I think, 368 so far this spring.
Yes.
Ben Williamson, no doubt, is looking really, really strong.
Hit another jack.
Yeah. So
and he's jacked.
He is yoked.
He's jacked.
He's pretty yoked.
Yeah.
And so liking both those guys, looking really, really good. Still waiting, in the Gavin Lux sighting and how that's all going to work out. But he should be around the corner. But, no doubt that it's good for a bunch of other guys to get ABs. Big fan of Ryan Velarde. I think this guy's extremely versatile, right-handed with some pop. So, I'm liking what's going on there. As far as WBC, huge game today, between Canada and Puerto Rico. Because really the one pool that is getting kind of juicy is the San Juan pool because you've got Puerto Rico kind of running the gamut so far. They're 3-0. Team Cuba had a major loss, so now they're sitting with an off day today. Canada is 1-1. They need to kind of show up today. Canada can run the gamut and sneak in if they beat Puerto Rico and then they beat the head-to-head with Cuba the next day, tomorrow.
Okay.
So Canada, Cuba is kind of like the real interesting who's going to slide in. Now, it could get complicated because Team Canada could lose today, and that would be their second loss, but still beat Cuba.
Still advance.
And still advance if they, in the head-to-head of Cuba. Then you get it, so it's when you're tied 2-2, let's say, with a team, it's the head-to-head count. So they could lose today, but still slide in if they beat Cuba, tomorrow. But it's in their hands right now. You had a weird kind of situation like that in the Japan pool in Tokyo because of obviously Japan ran the gamut 4-0, but Korea, Australia, and Chinese Taipei all ended up 2-2. So it became a run scoring kind of scenario. So actually Korea advanced because they scored an extra run differential on Australia and that win over Australia. So really fascinating when you get into the early pool plays and there's some tiebreakers that definitely come into play. But team for me, and I'm going to go a little bit slightly political here. Ever since 06, when I started covering this in 06 for ESPN in 09 and 06, the team Cuba went all the way to the finals and lost to Japan. And I applauded that because I did not want, team. I don't even call them Team Cuba. I call them Team Communist Cuba. One day it'll be called Team FC, Free Cuba.
Free Cuba.
And
I knew
because
maybe sooner than you think, brother.
Hopefully sooner than you think. By the time that it rolls back around in 2029, we'll be seeing a free
and remember,
Cuba.
folks, there used to be a free Cuba.
There was a free Cuba.
There was a free Cuba.
What we have lived in our lifetime is not Cuba.
Right.
That is bad Cuba.
But here's the catch with Team Cuba, and they're the most complicated team ever since the WBC was put into place. Second most, but really different, is Chinese Taipei, Taiwan. Okay, but they're kind of like stuck in that they got governed by China. So China says you have to go. Anything you do is Chinese Taipei.
Yeah,
they're very proud Taiwanese. I kind of like to call. I played with a Taiwanese player on my team with the Cebu Lions. And I know how proud of a Taiwanese he is. He's very prominent.
They're not Chinese. They're Taiwanese.
They're Taiwanese, but they're governed. It's kind of like,
I get it.
It's kind of like when the British Empire was all over, and
kind of like Puerto Rico in the U.S.
It's not Puerto Rico in the U.S. because Puerto Rico and the U.S. agreed to do a deal to help Puerto Rico and to be a Commonwealth. Right. It's more like Great Britain taking over India for all that time. It's more like Great Britain taking over the Bahamas, and Jamaica.
The Taiwanese aren't very happy about it.
Yeah, neither was any of those countries, until they freed themselves from that governorship, Australia for that matter. But Cuba's different because they created this whole thing. They're their own island. They created it, and Castro brought in socialist communist regime that has been oppressive for over 60 years. So I have a tough time because I'm Cuban born, but American raised, and I'm a proud American of Cuban descent. I don't want that team to win. I don't want to give the regime the power. But the people in Cuba want the team to win, and they support them, and I support that. I just can't see them
That's a
winning.
tough one for you.
It's a very tough issue.
All right, we're going to talk all about that on the Big O Show coming up here in just a little bit. Also, the Randy Arozarena call Raleigh thing. Did you hear about this?
I missed it. I'm proud of it.
He wouldn't shake his hand. He wouldn't shake his hand when he went to the plate like that.
Cal wouldn't?
Yeah, Cal wouldn't do it. And now Randy says, I'm going to tell Raleigh to go F himself in various languages. He's pissed. Like, he's really pissed.
I have to put that on Cal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a little tap and you
Shake
go,
it.
good luck to you. And,
what are we doing?
We're not, this is an actual war, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, is there a
USA against Mexico, but this is
we'll get into it on the Big O Show, but is there a Latin?
I missed that one.
Is there a Latin custom in baseball to shake the catcher's hand?
There's you don't have to shake hands, but you
dap it up.
And you dap it up. Your
catcher,
first time,
like,
your first at bat.
First at bat, respect.
I mean,
Their
you do it
teammates
to the
in
umpire.
Seattle.
No, you do it with that. It doesn't matter if you're teammates. I mean, the Yankees playing the Mets. You just kind of go, hey, what's up? Especially if you had a relationship with that guy.
Right, yeah.
Well, that's just
especially if you're buddies. Yeah.
It wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't 30 years ago. When I was playing, you didn't do that. But it's become okay.
Yeah.
Your first at bat, you just kind of go, hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, Mr. Umpire.
Especially like with Randy and Cal, they're freaking teammates.
Yeah. So
like, what's up, man?
That one's a little surprising.
Cal, what are we doing, Big Dumper?
Yeah, he's
that's like some competitive thing.
USA.
Yeah, I'm not about that. I'm about let's first and foremost, let's all get along while we're playing baseball here.
I know the biggest kick I got out of watching US and Mexico last night was my two former Rangers infielders managing both teams. It took me a minute to realize that's what was happening with Benji Gill and Mark. I know Mark DeRosa played everywhere, but Benji Gill was supposed to be our infield, our shortstop savior back in the early 90s.
Not anymore.
DeRosa looks good.
DeRosa looks like he can still play.
Well, Benji's been putting a few Modelo's back.
Benji can stop some donuts is what Benji can stop.
Ain't no doubt about that. Little Dos Equis extra.
Little Dos Equis.
All right, so we got lots coming our way on the Big O Show.
Coming up. How's the knee, buddy, before we go?
Oh, I'm still nursing it, man.
All right,
nursing it.
Your baby.
Making progress day by day. Hey, if I needed to get out and play right now, I would. All right, if this was the playoffs, I'd come out. I got my playoff beard going.
Oh, my gosh.
I'd put the skates on and lace them up and play.
Thanks to all. We have so many new people in today, like Faded Blade. Yeah, the third 28 sealed the deal for Mike. Yeah, Faded Blade. Lots of new people. Like our numbers yesterday and today may have something to do with the Orestes Destrade Ken Babby interview. I don't know what it was. Probably so. Yeah, but our numbers have exploded. So thank you guys. And sorry we didn't get to the we must have had 500 comments today. You guys were great. I really appreciate it. I think we got to most of it. A lot of it was the same stuff. So we appreciate all you guys. Clearly you're not. Bulls and Glazer fans.
Just wondering, does Mike now, since he's going to San Francisco, is he changed his name to Miguel Evans now?
He ain't wearing 13 though. Or, but who changes their number? Does Brock change his number? Or does Mike?
Brock's not changing his number.
Why? I mean, who's the elder statesman here?
No,
what
who makes more money?
Brock. Purdy does now. Purdy does now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I guess that's how that works.
That's how that works.
Because Mike's worn 13 his whole career, even go back to high school. It's always been 13.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be 3. Bet he switches to 3.
If I were Purdy, I'd give up my number.
No, sir.
Oh, heck no.
For Mike Evans, I would.
No.
That's just me, though.
No.
You know, I mean, I'm understated team player. You guys are all about
super people.
You guys are all about yourself.
And I, we're bro.
You guys are all about
me. I.
Me, I'm time.
Maybe Brock Purdy will sell it to him for $10 million.
I would do that as well. All right, enough shenanigans here. More coming your way around 12:30, whatever time we get turning this thing back on. So we'll see you then.
Thank you.